See, I just went from...
Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
I'm good. That pier over there
Okay.
to here. Yeah, I'm good. To here. So it's like, yeah, that went all the way over there, all the way down to the shore. So I jumped off the pier and I swam here. So it's like everything comes down to God's timing, because it don't matter when you're ready, what you're willing to do, what you give a crap about. God just doesn't let you die when it's not your time, and blah, 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 blah. But that was a fun swim. It's like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's all the way back there. So I like ran and took a jump off, but it attached both my sandals to my wrists, because I knew I'd need them on my way home. So that was smart thinking. And now I'm still not ready to go home, so I'm gonna walk into town. Oh, you hit cut ahead of me. So I'm gonna walk into town and just take a little stroll around until I feel ready. It was a good swim. It's like I'm supposed to have a life jacket and life alert, blah, 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 and I have narcolepsy, so like even in the pool floaties, I constantly fall asleep out of nowhere, standing or exercising or walking or standing at my church. I'll fall asleep out of nowhere and like bend over forward. So because of the narcolepsy and fainting and blah, 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 and paralyzation and the million other things wrong with me, am I supposed to swim? let alone life coop, blah, 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 life alert, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like Jesus and Geneva, my life alert. At this point, they both know I'm willing to go any second of any day. Take me, Lord. So any moment I'm alive, it's just because Jesus is making me. So, and I'm going to wander around. I want to swim some more, but I'm just completely winded. And that swim from the pier to the shore took a lot out of me. And it felt so good because I was watching the show and this girl got like amnesia and all that, where she lost her memories and she just jumped in the water and it felt so good. So that's why I just pictured myself as like just no memories. Who the hell am I? What was my life? You know, who am I? And you just jump in the water and it's just like splash, and you're just in there and you never know if you're coming back up again, and part of you wants to, part of you doesn't want to, and it's just you're there, you know, but you're in the moment. And it's one of the few times in life you get to be in the moment, because you go from 100% independence your whole entire adult life, from the moment you turn 18 to you can't drive ever again, or get to a store, or go around a block, or get in a car, or do anything ever alone the rest of your life after a life of hyper independence. So it's suffocating and debilitating, and it's miserable. And so you find the best way to cope with it, and then I guess you cope any way you can. I find the ways I can. I don't recommend any of my ways because they're not safe or healthy or any of the above. I just don't care anymore. I'm 50% through my time in 90% bedriddenness, and to think that what I went through was only half is and that's like an understatement. That literally makes you want to blow your brains out, because what you went through just felt like a lifetime, like it could never end. And oh my God, thank God it ended now, because one more second of this I wouldn't have survived. And then you found out, bam, nope, that's your halfway point, because now you have to recover. And you're like, I can't fathom another holiday season, every single one of them, all year round, of what I just went through and feeling what I did. So you don't like it one bit, but I say the joyful part is if God ain't gonna let you die, he's gonna use you for something, right? Otherwise, he just let us, like Lord knows most of us with FND at this point want to do. It's like 16 of the worst diseases in the entire world all in one. All of 16 debilitating. All of 16 life-ending, debilitating. I can't go on. Why? And we have like 16 times that. So I know how you all feel at this point. The words of encouragement I don't have, but all I can say is if God's made you stay around this song, you got a turning point. So that's about all I got to offer, but I get how isolating and alone it is and how you don't want to be around a single person on the planet. Now, no one could ever understand what it's like to be in the degree of pain we are in every second of every day. In our mind, body, soul, spirit, and how mentally with detox and all that. It's like Job plus Abraham plus characters in the Bible I don't think they've described because they didn't have pharmaceuticals back in the day. So this would have its whole own character. This I promise. And then it's like, well, one day it ends, right? So you go through it all, whatever the years they are. And then you come out and your life's better than you could ever imagine. And you're like, thank you, Jesus, praise the Lord. But those years getting there, there are a whole lot of amendments and a whole lot of hate and regret and praying to not have a calling, praying to take it back, praying to just die through it. Be about, you know. But yeah, another year of what I went through. It's like the worst fate you could condemn someone to. But at the same time, when you're like, alright, well, now you have Jesus, at least you know you're not gonna die, even though you're gonna feel like you're gonna die the whole time and want to die the whole time. At least you know you make it. And that ultimately it works together for its good and you come out the other side, right? But it's almost worse having good things feeling like this than having nothing at all. At least with good things, there's nothing to ignore or have to like shy away from, right? You're just alone in your own battlefield. With good things, then you have to also ignore them and shun them and disregard them, whatever them, right? It's like bittersweet, right? Yeah, like I'm gonna pray for something every minute of my whole entire life just to get it in the darkest, worst, most miserable, agonizing second of every waking moment of my existence. Oh God. But at the same time, as condescending as I sound, you know it is actually God's timing. But in the natural, you feel like it's hell and a punishment and mocking and laughing at you and like, what the hell is this? But that's in the natural, what we've all been taught to walk in. And I walked into 37 years of until getting saved in July. And then this July I made 1 year saved. So it was like 37 years unsaved to 1 year saved. So your flesh, spirit, it creeps up a whole lot. But like, in the natural, everything seems god awful, but spiritually it has to line up to God's time for God's reason, and all the healing he needed, they needed all that, and the supernatural all makes sense. But in the natural, I can still feel like absolute agonizing hell, like a sick joke. You could be like, wow, I prayed for this my whole life just to get it to be in the worst agonizing mental, emotional, and physical pain 24/7 of my whole life. So what's the point of having something you can't even appreciate because you're barely able to breathe? But that's what you would say in the natural. But God would tell you, well, daughter, it's my timing, so you gotta believe God. And even though in the natural it feels sick and tormenting and you want to scream out, you want to break things, that's the worst thing in your entire world you could ever imagine. In the supernatural, you have to be like, whoa, God, you know what you're doing, and I surrendered and submitted, and I gave it all to you, so it's your plan. And even though I sound condescending, it's because my horrible attitude right now, and but yeah, I know it's the truth. You know, that's why I say the Lord works in mysterious ways. But yeah, in the natural, I could feel like a downright punishment from hell. And then every day you could be like, okay, I don't understand this at all. But in the supernatural, you just accept it because it doesn't have to make sense that why for the first time in your whole life you'd be happy, but feel so much agonizing pain that you're suffering so bad you can't enjoy anything. If someone could be like, here's $1 billion and all of your cake in the world that's your favorite, and an ice cream bar and a mansion for the week, and you know what you would do? You'd lay in bed and cry because you can't get up. You're still in bed 90% of the day. You're exhausted. You're in pain. And nothing great around you matters when you feel like this. So you just try to push it away and close yourself off and avoid everybody. But you still can't. But yeah, in the natural, there ain't a damn thing that goes your way that you would want. Nobody wants to meet their person like this. Nobody wants to... No, nothing like this. You say the first year is the hardest, and say the first year you're barely able to take your next breath and on the verge of death. That's a different kind of first year of a relationship. But hey, I don't want to go home because I have no desire to be around every single person I know. Because I can't have a positive second in my body, mind, soul, or spirit. Nothing. Because all you feel is exhaustion and pain. Anyways, my phone flashed and I said, anyways, I get off with anyone. I should check in, even though I'd rather be anywhere in the world except around people I know. I'd rather just sleep outside and just isolate from the planet than deal with the world as I know it. Gotta love pharmaceuticals, right?